Getting ready to replace the fuel filter on my 2004 Ford Explorer, and this vehicle and procedure is very similar to a lot of other vehicles. So you just have to look like the Mountaineer. I mean, there's a lot that you can do this on if you're looking to do this. And the reason that I am replacing this is because I have a misfire detected. It's intermittent, and I believe that it is to do with a fuel problem. All right, so one of the reasons I believe this is because I went ahead and I pressed this here and I get no fuel coming out. What that is, this is your fuel rail right here. And what that is pretty much the outside of it looks like the end of a tire valve. And I pressed that after it's been sitting for a while. There should always be a little bit of pressure in here. And there was nothing. So basically, the only thing that's keeping the engine running is the fuel pump. Like, it won't use the residual gas that's in the line to... It doesn't got no pressure in there because it's not pushing through that fuel pump, is my belief. And I already changed all the plugs. I changed the coil pack. I changed the wires. So this is where I am now. And so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how to do this. And what you need to do here is I'm gonna elevate it. I'm gonna fire it up, drive it up on there, just that tire, because the fuel pump and the fuel filter, I'm replacing the fuel filter, is up under here. So go ahead and fire it up. And also, by the way, it's starting, like it takes 2 tries to start it. Like, I have to actually manually with the pump put fuel on the line. So there's the first start. See, it's just trying. Just seems like blockage to me, and when I'm driving and stuff, it just feels like a fuel issue. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm gonna go ahead and drive up onto that block so that thing's up in the air. And the reason that I'm doing all this here is because I don't want pressure in the lines when I'm working on them. Alright, that felt like I'm up on her. Yeah, it's a little bit better. I'll go ahead and go forward a little bit more. You use a jack or something, you know, whatever. Just be careful. Alright, and then what I'm going to do to relieve the pressure out of this line is... Alright, right there, that's not the fuse, but that's the relay for the fuel pump. I think the fuse is right there. That's the relay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop that. Alright, and it should stop pumping gas and the car should shut off, and then that line should be more or less clear. So you hear it sputtering. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and purge it a little bit more. Burn up whatever's in the fuel rail. See, it shouldn't cut off that quick. Pretty sure it might be the pump, but I'm pretty sure it's that fuel filter. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and pop open the gas tank real quick. Gas cap as well. Go ahead and try it again. Alright, then turn this off. Alright, now what I'm going to do is let it cool down. So I got some stuff to do and go away for a couple hours, and yeah. And you can also take a another thing you can do to see if this is your issue is you can take a Allen wrench You can push it in there. You can also relieve a little bit of pressure too here. I mean, it should always have fuel coming out of there. Alright, pressure seems relieved. Not to mention when I did that before, I mechanically drained the lines. It just, nothing came out. So, I'll be back. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop that fuse back in there, or that relay switch, and SNDS is going to hold this phone up underneath here, and she's going to listen for the fuel pump to engage. So I'm going to go ahead and she'll hold this right here like this and listen. So when I turn the key, what she's listening to is when the key is turned into auxiliary but not start. After I plug the relay, fuse relay back in, it should be like a whine from the fuel pump. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the thing in real quick. Fuse relay is in. Alright, go ahead and listen, right? You listening?
Yeah. I heard something.
Hear anything?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay.
Did you hear it?
I think so. I don't really know what I'm listening for, but I heard
like a whine?
I heard something, yes.
Okay, so that means that more than likely it is the filter and not the pump. Alright, I started up, pulled that back out. I mean, it might still be the, I guess you'd call it like an actuator that is in the pump that actually makes it so that the fuel will stay in the line. It could be that. I can't remember what the name is. It'll pop up here. I'll put it in when I go figure it out. Should pop up right about now. And if it's just that, I might put one in the line with the fuel filter. So we'll see, because I definitely don't want to have to drop that tank. So here's all the stuff that I believe I'm gonna need for this job. All right, first off, I got this little set here. Got some penetrating oil. I'm gonna put that on the clips that connect there, and connect right there. And there's a number of this thing. Before I take the old one off. And then of course, I've got flathead screwdrivers for the two clips over here. And this one right here, this tool is for disconnecting that spring for this side. And I've got these two just in case. So go ahead and pop under here real quick and show you exactly where this thing is. That's the front right tire. I'm going to slide in under here on my back right quick. Alright, and right here, okay, that's the catalytic converter right there. And then there should be a shield here that goes over top of this assembly. And these two things were not connected. So I don't know if somebody replaced this already or what. It doesn't really look like they did. Looks like maybe they looked at it and were like, oh, it looks good, and put it back. But I'm not sure. So you definitely want that stationary. You don't want that thing bouncing around. That might even be the freaking problem. Alright, so put your screwdriver in. Actually, those clips do look like somebody might have messed with them. Alright, so you put your screwdriver in right there, and pop those. And you put your tool in right here, and you just kind of keep pushing and pulling until you can get this line off of here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick, pop this thing off. Alright, and then here I'm just in the same area, and there's this grounding wire right here. I'm just cleaning up the metal and stuff on it. And where I just took it off of was from right there. So there's that black box right there. You'll see it right there. I'm just going to clean the frame and the connections. What's that?
I said you didn't say anything about your cute little assistant, me.
Don't forget, there is a freaking, if you're grinding on this like I just did to clean them up, there is a gas tank right there. Don't forget that. All right, now I got this all cleaned up, and I'll get into error codes and how to read them and stuff later on in the video. But you want to look for stuff like this. It never hurts to make sure you're grounded, got connection. All right, I found these two nuts that'll fit to hold the housing for that filter on. Whoever took those off didn't put them back on, and that shield. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my lovely assistant here to hold the phone so you can actually see what the heck I'm doing, unlike most YouTube videos of people working on cars. Looks like I got it. Alright, so I got it off there, and like, as you can see if you look here, I know it's hard to see, but the top part, it's two pieces, and like, you just gotta keep messing with it. See right there, just keep, don't break it, just keep messing with it. And then here you got this part, and you got to keep pulling it until it comes off, until this metal piece comes off, and then the filter will still be in there. And then there's a look at what you got going on in there. See that quick connect tool, what it does is it pushes those little metal things. So you got to hold the freaking fuel line with one hand, push the quick disconnect against the fuel line, and then hold it and then yank the filter off. It's really kind of a pain in the butt. It's a really pain in the butt job. So I'm going to put the new one on now. Alright, these two, that clip right there is pretty easy to put on. These two right here, you have to actually push these up. Push these little pieces. This is two different pieces here. The different colors, the black and the whatever that is. You can push this little piece up so that you can fit it onto here. Alright, now to get these off here, what you do is you reach around here, you press that in with that hand, that finger, and you press right here. And it's two separate parts, and that just kind of pops up. See, like that. Alright, so I solved the fault code problems. I still do need to go ahead and put a fuel pump. I got to drop the gas tank and put a fuel pump in it just because it needs it, and I want to clean the gas tank as well. But so what it was that was making it do those fault codes was this line right here. There's coolant that runs through it, and one of these clips that was on there before was just rusted out. So, and it was, I smelled something, so I just pulled over when it was doing all the weird stuff and shooting the codes and all, and I walked back here, I smelled something, and it was dripping right on here. So I went ahead and put these two new hose clamps on there and just drove her around a whole lot, and she's good to go. And I've got my code reader hooked in to the truck right there. That's what I'm using. And now I will switch over to the next part. What I'm going to do here is, okay, I had a fault code. Right there's my fault code. So I'm going to go ahead and clear that. It's a PO306 cylinder 6 misfire. Before I had all kinds of erratic ones. So I'm going to go ahead and clear it. Because I believe I fixed it, hopefully. And I remember when it did that, I felt it. It did it one time. Alright, I've been driving for a while now, and everything seems good. I'm going to go ahead and pull the fault codes up. Scan. Make sure nothing I didn't feel didn't pop on there or anything like that. Feels much better. Everything just... no fault codes. So I'm good to go now. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.